Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at a Lego set from 2025, which isn't that long ago since it's January of 2026. This is one that I received from Christmas from my husband, and it is part of the last one that I need for the Rebuild the Galaxy subline for Lego Star Wars. This is set 75414, ages 7+, with 349 pieces, the Force Burner Snowspeeder from the Rebuild the Galaxy. This one specifically, Pieces of the Past, which is the second season, I suppose, for this show. And it's the last set that I need so far for the Rebuild the Galaxy sets. I've collected them all, not on purpose, but I just have found, this one was a Christmas gift, but I found all of them to be like really endearing as I've gone along. This one I was hesitant about initially when it came out because I was like, oh, it's like a remade Snowspeeder. I don't really like that. But actually, I do quite a bit, and we will get into why here shortly. For starters, I just have to say that this is a wild color scheme for Star Wars, and it is really nice to see such bright, bold colors. You might be able to see Poe's X-Wing in the background. Sorry, that was my son. And that's probably one of the brightest colored sets, I would say. And so this one is definitely very fun and very playful, I would say. So let's get into the minifigures first, and then we'll take a closer look at the set. Let me see. First up is Solitus, and I won't pretend to know who he is, but he looks really cool. Purple lightsabers, which is awesome, dark hilts, and connected with a chain is very menacing. It doesn't say if he's a Sith, but he's definitely a dark force user, and his outfit looks great. I love the stone necklace there, and the robes. The printing on this figure is fantastic. He has a cloth spongy robe, which is fantastic, and he's the species that Cad Bane is, if you can't tell. So that's a recolor of a Cad Bane face. He has a Sith hood. He looks really cool. He has literally the most minute printing on the back, but that front printing is stellar. This is a really, really cool minifigure. Even if you're not a fan of the ship, these minifigures, at least this one in particular, carries the set and is very, very interesting, especially if you're interested in collecting like dark force users or Sith or bad guys like that. Definitely one to add to your collection. So I wish I knew a little bit more about him. I just simply do not, but I really like the way he looks, and hopefully he's not a big goofball in the show and is actually kind of cool and bad. Next up, we have Sig Griebling, who is our main hero for this story, though I find him to be a bit of a boring character Lego-wise because he just looks like a kid. Though I will say this time, compared to last time, he is wearing Jedi robes, and he's got his little signature green scarf, and he has an orange lightsaber, which is a first for Star Wars. Of course, this is I don't believe this is a canon event, but still pretty cool that we see an orange lightsaber because we've seen Rey with yellow and every color under the sun now, and orange being one that we've not seen. So I'm sure there's something behind it with the fact that orange is like close to the dark side or something, but nonetheless, our character looks pretty cool. I do like his Jedi robes. I like to think of him as a Jedi in training. I assume he is, but again, I haven't finished the show. There's the back, and he has a concerned face under his hair. So there is Sig. And then we have Darth Dev, and I think that he's the weakest out of these three. He is, I think, in the show, the brother to Sig. They look similar. He's like the older brother that got turned into the Sith. And this outfit is quite a bit different than the other one that we see him in the Dark Millennium Falcon, so I do appreciate that. I just don't really like this character as much. The hair is ruined for me because it was used on young Boba Fett, and I think that it was a totally incorrect hair placement, so it bothers me, though it was seen initially on Darth Dev. But he does have a lot of stuff going on in his torso and his legs. I like that, sort of, but I just don't think as a character he's like super crazy or super interesting. He has like a Cybertronic arm, and he looks a little bit like his outfit's a little bit Star Killery to me, so that's sort of cool. I like that. And then he's got a red lightsaber. All right, we actually have 3 builds for this set, though you're only seeing 2 at the moment. I'll start with this small little side build that you're supposed to put this fella on, and it is literally a battle droid stat bike. It's a great build. I really like this. Seems just like a really well put together build. I haven't had any issues with it like breaking and coming apart like that happens with like stat bikes quite often. But yeah, the gimmick is that, you know, everything's turned topsy-turvy. So, you know, a human, or not a human, I guess an alien is riding this instead of like a battle droid. But this is his mode of transportation for this set, and I like it a lot. I like that navy blue. Definitely looks, you know, Federation. So, yep, not a whole lot to say, but it's always nice to get a stat bike. And there he is in the back. And then, of course, we have our, whatever this was called, Fireburner, Snowspeeder, something like that. It has a lot of stickers, as you can tell, just kind of throughout the sides, on both sides. And then I feel like there was another place they were on. Oh yeah, they're back here. And I will say, out of everything that I place stickers for, I have never placed stickers so perfectly than on this set. It drives me crazy. I'm like, out of all the sets that I can place stickers, it would be on a set like this. And the stickers, I placed them great. I will brag on myself. But look how many there are. There's just a ton. I don't personally mind. I think that the fire effect is hilarious for Lego Star Wars. Like, it's just something that is just, it's really, I don't know, funny to me. It's ironic also that it's on a Snowspeeder because it's fire. So the build for it is unique. I mean, we definitely don't see these pieces as often. Some of it's just for like color flair, but I really like the cockpit being black and yellow. I was building this with my son and he had to keep asking me for help because he couldn't open this cockpit. It's a little bit hard for little hands, but anyways, there is a pilot seat right there with a whole bunch of controls, and then a sort of non-classical secondary gunner's seat, which actually transforms, but you can put both fellas in here, which is great. We're gonna just put Darth Dev in the back. No particular reason. Just kidding. And then we'll put Sig in the front here. You close it up and you can see both of them. And I really like that cockpit. It's just very cool. It came in a paper bag, which was sort of unique. And I will say something neat. On the bottom, there is a spot for the lightsabers. I love when Lego includes that. Only thing that's a bummer is Solitus, or whatever his name is. He can't carry his super cool, mega crazy purple lightsabers on his stat bike. There's no spot for them. But you can put Sig and Darth Dev's lightsabers down here for storage. And I really like that. There is not a lot of wing movement. And there is this for a stud shooter, but absolutely, I just left that on for this part of the video, and it's going to live the rest of its days like that, because that was obnoxious. You can see on the back it's got some small engines, and then this little thing. If you haven't figured it out already, it is a separate little bike that can detach and come out. So Darth Dev can go off on his own. And you can tell that the speeder matches the Snowspeeder. It's hilarious. Again, I think that's so funny. I really like this speeder build. I think that this is an appropriate Lego size speeder. You can also put another lightsaber on the back of that, so you are provided with another hook. And I feel like that just makes it really solid. I think these are the engines and they look a little small. I'm not a big fan of this solid black piece back here, but I like the coloring and the stickers are fun. And it's really cool that it connects. It basically, you can store a lightsaber here, but the main purpose is for this to hook onto this yellow bar, and it allows you to dock this speeder inside the Snowspeeder. It's a really fun, cool gimmick out of something that was like really well known and you didn't really think could be an interesting design. It does leave a hollow back, but that's okay. And overall, my favorite thing happens when every character has a place to be. We see that happening here. And overall, this is a fantastic set. It is a super solid set. It was fun. It has great minifigures. It's got really cool play features. And it's just like a sort of topsy-turvy fun Star Wars set. Like, I feel like a lot of people will write off Rebuild the Galaxy, but this is like a set to get. If you're going to get one, this may be the best set to get for this line. There's just Lego really had fun with this one. I feel like it's something that they took their time to try to like design and like be playful. And I feel like as time goes on, Lego has sort of been losing that playful side that, you know, made them so popular in the beginning with kids, because they're just, you know, on IP marketing. And I'm getting on a tiny tangent here, but just to say that these sets are fun, and I think that even though they're not canon, they serve a real purpose. For one, they're super fun for kids, and they allow the Lego team to be more creative than they're ever allowed to be before. And I've always given these like non-IP Star Wars sets kind of a bad rap, but as I become an adult, it's actually something that I really enjoy getting, because it's, I mean, you have 1,000 regular Snowspeeders. You know, we get a Snowspeeder every 2-3 years, but this is something cool and fun, and looking back, you know, is something that's just going to stand out in the collection. And so anyways, if you are interested in any Rebuild the Galaxy sets, though some I think have retired or are close to retirement, you might pick this one up. It is just from last year, and it's really cool. I think it's decently affordable. The minifigures are fantastic. There's a lot of playability, and it was a fun build for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.